welcome everybody. I guess I tried doing this on our new community page, and I was having technical difficulties. So if you're over here, sorry about that. Hopefully next week we'll have it on the community page, but welcome. I'm live on my personal page yet one more time. So I will just give everybody a second to join. I had done about 10 minutes of this live on the other page that didn't get posted, and I was rocking it. So hopefully I can at least match my tempo from the last time as well too. So anyway, welcome Elaine, welcome Jamie. I'm just gonna let everybody come on for a second. We hope to see you guys Sunday. I guess we're gonna do a swim and a run down at Casey Key, which should be awesome. Hopefully we will, you guys will go easy on us down there, as that'll be one of our first group workouts with the storm. So I'll just give everybody a couple more seconds. Anybody who just did Boston, really good job. That was amazingly tough conditions, but you know what? I always say that you'll remember those, right? Who remembers the normal everyday days? Like that gets filed away, right? So you wanna, hey, what's up, Sean? How are you, my man? So, all right, so what's going on, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna catch you up on what's going on with Superfly. If you don't know who we are, or you don't know what that page is, I'm going to introduce you really quick about what it is we stand for, what we're trying to provide, and then I'm going to get into a little bit of pacing for Ironman. So if you're doing Ironman Texas coming up, or if you've got Ironman Santa Rosa coming up, I'm going to get into some pacing there. I have some absolute tips that will help you no matter what your ability, I promise. So stay tuned for that. And then when you're done, I'll give you some, what's up, Steve? How are you, man? We're going to be coming up to Madison too, so I'll be talking about that. We're going to talk about giving some free giveaways, and we'll have some fun with all that stuff. So, all right, Superfly coaching. Hopefully a lot of everybody's already heard of it. We have a new community page, and we've made that page free this week. And it's free for everybody. And so I'm gonna get into a little bit of what that is and why we've done that. Brent, good to see you too. Real quick, my background as an athlete. I was a terrible athlete when I started triathlon. I had a breaststroke for Olympic distance swims. I'd spent a couple years just trying to get under an hour for my 10K. I know what it's like I used to DNF a lot of my first Ironman races, and the ones that I did finish, I would struggle through. And so as an athlete myself, what I did was I wanted to get better. And so I ended up going throughout the whole process of trying to hire the best coaches. I would fly literally all over the world trying to get the best information, because for me, I just took the approach that I wanted the best information, and then I could do with that information whatever I felt I could reasonably do, or whatever was good for me, and disseminate that situation for myself. And so I am very thankful for my journey as an athlete. Like I said, I was a struggling triathlete for sure for several years, because back when I started, there weren't a lot of resources out there. You had to kind of go find them. And so I'm excited to be one of the pioneers to help deliver that information for the last 20 years over to athletes as well too. But I hired the coaches, I hired the experts, I got after it, and I ended up becoming ranked #1 in the world for 70.3 for the Ironman age group, I think in 2012. I will tell you this, there was a couple of people I was ranked over that I know beat me a few times, but I'll take the ranking, so it must have been just a points and attrition thing. But, I'm really proud of that. And then I ended up getting to Hawaii 9 times as well too. So from those experiences, though, I've put together an amazing set of partnerships and network of people. Our group has coached Olympians. I've coached marathon winners. I've coached dozens of Kona qualifiers, and even more people that have gone to world championships. I've coached athletes that have started at 350 pounds, didn't own a bike, and had never ran in his life, and he was able to finish Hawaii on a lottery spot within 6 months. So I've seen the whole gamut, right? Here now, I'm 43 years old, and I feel like I always can help the people that I can relate to the most. So where I'm at right now is I'm 43. I don't know what my elite future holds. I can tell you that I've got a lot of stuff on my plate right now that I'm super excited about. I get to help more and more athletes all the time. I love doing that. It's definitely my passion. I'm always more nervous for their races than myself. I'm busy, I have a fulfilling life, and I just don't have a tremendous amount of time to dedicate to training, or at least not that I used to. But here's the thing, I still have a deep, burning desire inside myself to set really high goals for myself and try to attain them and try to be badass. What I struggle with, or what I have been struggling with, and I'm assuming a lot of you can relate, is going out for those workouts and feeling guilty like you should be somewhere else, or, you know, doing like, man, I really want to be doing this, or I really want to be doing this, but how's it going to fit into my family or my work and that type of stuff? Here's the thing, you can still be really elite, and you can still push yourself, and you can still set those goals. You just really, really have to be efficient and mindful of what it is you're doing. So what we want to do as Superfly is provide you the tools to make those decisions. We want to provide you with resources and answers so that you can become the best you can be. And we really believe you should be the star, right? So our results aren't as important as your results. We are athlete focused in what we do. We want to make sure that you guys are getting the information that you guys need in order to excel. And one of the things that we want to do is give back through our free community on Facebook, where we will give constant tips. We're going to interview other experts that I've met along the way. We're going to continue to give you guys resources and just hopefully increase the value for you guys in the sport of triathlon, not only in information, but the whole experience. It's my goal to be able to go to races and see a bunch of people that are part of our community that support each other, and anybody in the community feels like they have a safe place in order to participate, yet whatever their level is, however, they can still push themselves as hard as they want, and everybody supports each other. That's the vision for me. Everyone here is welcome. I don't care if you're part of another coaching group. I don't care if you're part of another club. Our mission here is not to try to compete or overtake any of those. We want to simply add value. So, you know, if we can do that for you, that's our vision. Now, one of the things that I'll say is I spent thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours trying to go around trying to figure out exactly, because I was on a time crunch. Even when I was doing things that were on my way up, I did have a limited amount of time, and and I wanted to be really efficient. I wanted to get better really quick. So what I want to provide through the Superfly coaching group is a safe place that if you know you need some help, or you need an answer about a certain thing and you find it on our website, or you ask us, you can trust that we have already figured out, vetted that person, made sure that they know what they're talking about. You're not going to have to spend your time or your money on something that ends up, because I've been there and it stinks, you're not going to have to do that and have it not end up working for you. So that's our mission with our coaching group and our community group. Another example is I know I work best with athletes that I can relate to. So it's just simple math, right? And so, however, there are athletes out there that may be a little different. And so, again, I spend a lot of time training and vetting coaches that have different skill sets or different ways of talking to people. So, again, I don't want to make this into a commercial about Superfly coaching. I just want to let you know that you have a place that's safe, that if you need a place to come, we're all about adding value. We're all about adding efficiency. And we really feel no matter what your budget is or what your situation is, we can really, really help you. All right, next. What I want to talk about a little bit as well is Ironman Pacing. So if you got Ironman coming up and you are going to be doing Santa Rosa, or if you're going to be doing Ironman Texas, if you have anything long course, maybe it's your first 70.3 race or whatever, here's the first thing I'll tell you. If it's your first race, you're guaranteed a PR as long as you finish. So don't ever forget that. Also, don't ruin the ability to do it the first time, because you'll never get that opportunity again. Once you've done it the first time, whether it's good or bad, that was your first, you never get to go back and do it again. So enjoy that experience. I know that you'll probably want to eventually get faster, and you will, but you'll never get to go backwards. So here's my tips for racing Ironman well. Tip number one, it's not a swim, bike, run race. It's a complete single event. And if you were going to start a bike race, or God forbid a running race, which I know some of you are crazy enough to go out and do these 100-mile runs and stuff, you would never start out at a full sprint, right? So you want to figure out a way to start at a pace that you could meter yourself for the entire distance of the race, right? And so you want to keep that heart rate in check. You want to relax. You want to realize that it's going to be a long day, and that's okay. I can tell you that I have gone as fast as 9:16 in Hawaii and around that time a few times, and I have had really bad races too. So I, again, know what it's like to be on the whole gamut. I have never, please hear me, I have never had a good Ironman racing pushing hard, ever. It's never worked out. And so every time that I've tried to like break 9 or try to PR, it's always backfired. And the best case scenario is I'm able to hobble in. My best Ironman races, not only in experience, but also in time, which were also pretty fast, were ones that I actually held back and were patient and stayed under control the entire day. So if you do nothing else, ask yourself that question every 5 minutes. Am I under control? Am I able to do this effort or this pace for the rest of the day, given what I have left, given the temperatures, given all those things that I have left? That is so critical, because I can tell you that I was doing Ironman Florida last year. And so, and this was after my surgery. And so I didn't feel like I was in the bike shape that I had been in previously. And previously I was trying to go 4:30 or a little faster on the bike. And so the wattages were what it was. I put in the wattages about 20 watts less, and it cost me 10 minutes on the bike. So for 10 minutes, I was able to save 20 watts. So that just goes to show you how you can kind of back off your effort, but it really doesn't take a huge time gap off if you're able to maintain and stay steady the whole day. So I don't want to get over technical because I don't know where everybody's at, but I will tell you that if you go into it thinking, I need to stay relaxed in the swim, the best way to know you're staying relaxed in the swim is every so often make sure you can wiggle your fingers at the front of your stroke. If you can wiggle your fingers, it means you're somewhat relaxed. If you can't wiggle your fingers, it means you're tense. So that's the best way that you can tell for that. If you're super freaked out about the swim, start wide, swim a little wide, or let a few people go. It's not going to matter, right? So I promise it won't matter. You'll have a faster swim if you stay relaxed and control, I promise. You want to move efficiently through transitions, but not panicked. And then everything you do on the bike, everything that you think about should be, this race starts at mile 80 of the bike. Anything that happens previously to mile 80, I promise you it doesn't matter if things go sideways. If you can get yourself thinking, and this is the phrase that Tanya reminds herself, and this is when she said, she won her age group by 30 minutes at Wisconsin doing this, fresh legs at mile 80. If you can get to mile 80 feeling fresh, whatever that means to you, whether you're watching your heart rate or your power meter or just good old RPE, you'll have a pretty good day. And the other thing that I'll say too is, I have never coached anyone that has been able to run their last 10K solid of the run and has felt like they've had a bad day. So if you can run everything past those two metrics, right? Am I gonna get to mile 80 still feeling like I'm about ready to start this race? And is whatever I'm doing right now taking away from my ability to potentially run that last 10K of the run? If you even are thinking, I don't know, make sure you back off a little bit, because it's well worth it to be conservative and be angry at me because you have too much energy and finish too strong. If you think that pushing on the bike to gain a couple minutes is worth it, if you walk 1 mile, you're gonna add about 10 miles or 10 minutes. So that is really critical to the Ironman pacing. And again, without getting too over technical, because there are tons of technical things that we could get into, and there's books and publications, and Jim's got some amazing books that he's written out there. It all kind of comes down to what's going on between the ears. And the best races I've had are when I come off the bike excited for the marathon, not only because my butt hurts because I've been on the bike for 5 hours, but because I feel like I'm really actually ready to compete. I've had the races where I've pushed the bike trying to increase for a bike time or, you know, an overall placing, and wondering how am I going to get through transition, let alone how am I going to run through the next 26 miles. So don't do that. We have a couple of free giveaways that I'd like to offer. We've got some amazing stuff that's going to be coming. I'm putting together a couple personal camps that we're going to do, because remember, it's all about efficiency, right? So going back to what I started to talk about, if you want to get better and you're limited on time, you have to think about what it is you're doing to get better. So there's people that spend times on camps and those types of things to go ride a mountain once or twice. That's great, right? But I can tell you that if you do that in March, it's not going to really help you in September, right? Unless you're consistent all year round. So we are working on camps where you can come here, spend a few days with myself and a couple other coaches in Sarasota. We're going to take care of your swim analysis. We're going to take care of your gait analysis. We're going to do a muscular analysis, a complete workup to see if you have any structural issues going on that you need to head off. We'll spend some time sitting down talking about your goals, things that you could do in order to improve, specific objectives that you might have. And so if you do that for 2 or 3 days, you're going to be 20% closer to meeting your goal, period. You know, if you're able to take those things, go home and execute. So we're going to be announcing those things, which are really exciting. But our free giveaways now are: 1, if you're a community member, you get the free Memorial Day camp, right? So that's coming up, Memorial Day in Madison, Wisconsin. It's a free camp because it goes back to, we just like to add value, and we want to give you the tools that you need in order to be successful. And so we know that if you can get amongst us, ask questions, do that stuff, we realize people have a certain amount of money and time to dedicate to this sport. So if you can make it to the Memorial Day camp, that's your fee, right? So you can register for that if you're a community member or a coached athlete on our website. It's included. Now, Tanya told me to give something away free on this live as well too. So I decided I was going to give away free massages from Tanya. So anybody, no, I'm totally kidding, but she put me on the spot to give something away free. So I thought I'd throw her back. We're going to give people a free month of coaching. So if you haven't yet experienced our coaching services and you're interested, you can experience that for free. If you'd like a free swim analysis, we will work with you to do a free swim analysis as well too. So those are going to be our 2 free giveaways for this. So if you're interested in either of those things, please email us. You can catch us on superflycoaching.com. Just let us know that you're interested in those. If you can also do us a favor, anybody that watches this non-live, if you can hashtag it replay, that gives us an idea of who's watching it not live. That would be a huge help to us. I appreciate, again, anybody that shares this. Again, it really just helps us grow our reach and grow our community for, you know, all of you to have a better time and a better experience out there as well too. So I will tell you this as well, and I'll close with this. Nutrition is huge. A lot of people are struggling that are asking us about, how do I fix our nutrition? Tanya works with a lot of people in our community for their nutrition, and I think most will attest, I know all will attest, that the results are amazing. So she does use some products that you can implement if you want, or you can do it totally however you want. It doesn't matter. You can take the principles and you can take them and run and do however you want. But we're going to be forming a small group of nutrition challenge, like a nutrition challenge group. If you're interested in becoming part of that nutrition challenge group, please email us at Superfly Coaching, and we will put you in that nutrition challenge group too, and you can decide how you execute it. But Steve, I know you had amazing success as well, and I see you up there. And with that, I'll see all of you next week. Please, we'll see you in the Facebook community group. We're going to try to figure out why this didn't work in the Facebook community group. I know that it's on me, but we'll figure it out. If you're racing this weekend, have a great time. If you're racing Texas and you're not going to be able to join us next week, please have an amazing time out there too. I'm going to sign off, and we'll see you guys next week.